Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, it's yours truly, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Tuco. Bro, what's good?
Man, nothing much, man. As we do, man, coming on with a little bit of a little pre block party shenanigans, man. As we wanted to, as we always do after every live show, we got to have a recovery show, where we gotta give a little bit more sober thoughts to some things that happened. And we wanted to rock out with the people for a minute, see how the show started off or whatnot. No, we are not staying on for the whole 3 hours. We will come back on later on as we always do. But we wanted to talk with the people for a minute, kind of get things, see where everyone's head is at right now, man. We all had a little time to digest what we saw, how we felt, and to stand confirmed on where we at, or at least change our convictions after watching.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk some moments, ugly and everything in between, man. But really quick, want to run down who fought, who what, and then we'll go from there. First match of the night, Logan Paul, of course, he defeated Ricochet. Cody Rhodes beat Brock. LA Knight was your Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal winner. Shayna Baszler defeated Ronda Rousey. Gunther Walter defeated Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental Championship. Seth freaking Rollins defeated Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight title. Bianca Belair technically beat Asuka and Charlotte Flair for the women's title, but she ended up losing after EO cashed in. And then we got Roman Reigns defeating Jey Uso after the unexpected turn by Jimmy. Bro, let's talk about it, bro. Okay, so we're gonna say the biggest shock of the night for last. Right now, I want to talk to you about the women's Money in the Bank.
For sure.
Bianca Belair technically won. This is the
Yo.
longest SummerSlam history for women, which went a little over 20 minutes. And then, of course, that girl, man, the jeans to the sky, Io Sky. Now, she keeps the Money in the Bank cash-in streak alive for the women. Another successful attempt. Despite the show overall, this is one of the highlights of the night, bro. One, what did you think of the match? One, and two, Io Sky, man. What's next for her? Where do you see this going? Talk to me. What's in your mind?
Okay, so as far as the triple threat, it was who I wanted to see, and it definitely if I gotta say, was it a good match? It was a good match. Was it a near flawless match? Hell no, not at
Yeah.
all. There were some botches. There were some kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. Bianca selling the knee. Like I give her an A for effort, for commitment,
Yeah.
but it wasn't enough. And like if she needed to, I don't know, they needed to carry her out or something. I don't know. Or maybe she shouldn't have walked. Maybe she should have just stayed at the ringside and
Yeah.
stayed there instead of walking away. But overall, yeah, there were some things I definitely could critique about it, but it was a good match. But the highlight now, the highlight was, of course, seeing seeing EO win,
Yeah.
but I hated it for Asuka because this seems to be the position she's always in, where
Yeah.
she'll win the championship and she'll hold it for a minute and she'll do some stuff and then she'll lose. And it's like, I honestly really felt she was going to retain. Like, I really felt she was going to retain. Like, Oscar will retain, okay? Because it's like Bianca didn't need to win. To
Right.
me,
Right.
she didn't need to win. Oscar needed to retain and then have it cashed in on her. Like that would have been the thing there. But it didn't happen that way. Bianca ended up pinning her, which she ended up losing, and then Bianca ended up taking a loss. I mean, yeah, I guess, but I don't know, man. I just I didn't like that aspect of it. But as far as EO coming out, Bailey came out to support a girl. I thought
Yeah.
Bailey was gonna try to screw her, even
Yeah.
though I picked EO to be the one to actually cash in and actually get the championship. I thought Bailey might try to screw her, but she didn't. She came out, she ran down with her, she grabbed the briefcase from her, she got the bopping people upside the head and in the stomach, and hey,
Yeah.
she got in there, she cleared the way. Then she, She was a distraction for her to, take out Bianca with the with for Io to take out Bianca, um, and then go on from there to come off the top rope with the moonsault, the perfect moonsault, and land it and get the 1, 2, 3 and be the new WWE Women's Champion. So I'm good with that. I got no problems with that whatsoever. Seeing my girl right here in the side of the back of the video, holding that title up, man. Like, she looks good holding that title up, man. I like seeing that, and I'm glad I got to see it. And this is what we want to see as far as, that kind of star power kind of push, man. Like, I think that's one of the things that kind of lacked in this SummerSlam. Even though some people would say there was some stars there, I feel like it lacked star power. Like, I really felt like this wasn't really a true star power SummerSlam. It was just an okay SummerSlam.
And you know what, too? We've gotten so, when it comes to the big four, right? SummerSlam, Survivor Series, the Rumble, Mania, especially with SummerSlam and the Royal Rumble, you kind of gotten accustomed over the years, over the decades, I should say, of seeing, big returns, right? I mean, last year, EO was one of those big returns, when you had the mass layoffs and stuff, budget cuts and stuff like that, to see EO and then Dakota come back to the company right after they were released. And then they came back with Bailey, out of all people, who was out injured for a while. And you didn't know what was up with her. That was cool. And then, like I said, man, over the last year, you had, groups come back and, people come back, Karrion Kross, Hit Row, and many others, and things like that. And it's like, okay, Imperium, they got reformed on the main roster. And I think, with the rumors of Randy Orton being backstage, Big E's been a little bit more visible on TV doing other things like that. The rumors of Bray Wyatt supposedly was supposed to come back or make an appearance at SummerSlam. So you had all this stuff going. The Hollywood strike, people thought maybe The Rock was going to be able to do something because of the whole bloodline thing. That didn't happen. John Cena, we used to see him doing shit. He didn't show up. So it was like you said, man, we had stars, but like you said, the star power was definitely lacking. I don't feel like this SummerSlam, and I could be over-exaggerating, but to me, I don't think so. My personal take on it is, for me, from what I can remember as a fan, this may be the worst SummerSlam I've ever watched as a collective.
I've seen some that were worse, but I think it's just the star power. I think it's the impact. Like, there's been a couple of SummerSlams that weren't great, but there might have been one great impactful moment or something like that. Like, but and not just, and even if you want to say, well, EO winning, it was kind of like that, and that was an impactful moment, but it still lacked something for the rest of what we got. When you look at what was set up, it's like there was, I don't know, it was just missing something, man. It was just missing that something that was like, man, this don't feel like the biggest party in the summer. This feels like just a regular.
You know what this felt like? This felt like one of those in between pay-per-views. This feel like, a pay-per-view. This feel like maybe what like one of them Saudi shows, how you got like, the presentation is presented as a big show, but it's nothing more than just like a pit stop in between one big pay-per-view to the next one. That's kind of what this one felt like. It felt like we came off a really big WrestleMania, and this is like the first or second pay-per-view after.
Yeah, I most definitely, because Money in the Bank felt bigger than this. And that's kind of the thing. And it's like backlash, but definitely like when you really want to compare it, it's like Money in the Bank felt big. It felt big. Yeah. Like, it was like, man, this is, we all want to see this, regardless of how you felt. Right. It was a pretty good paper, but I feel like that was better than SummerSlam in a way. Like, I really feel like it was. Even if you want to say, well, match card for card, wasn't as good. I'll give you that, but it had better, bigger moments or more moments. Because we'll get into it, man. We're gonna talk about some of this other stuff, man. But as far as that match goes, the match was cool. It could have been a little better. Asuka could have won the original match and lost the cash in to Io, and that could have set up, a potential of Io and Asuka. I mean, you still got Charlotte, you still got Bianca, so it ain't like you still don't have people, but now you added someone new, and you still got these three veterans that are former champions that of course they want to go back. So I think you can do a lot there just with that right there, and you can still add more people if you want, or you can add one more person or not, but you can work definitely with those four, and again, and with Bailey being a former world champion,
Yeah,
helping EO for right now, being on our side and helping her out. Like I think you can really do something. Like I really think that can work for SmackDown, but we'll see how that we'll see how that all comes out.
speaking of seeing how things come out, you know,
Mhm.
this match, man, Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey MMA
Yeah,
rules match, bro.
yeah,
Okay,
man.
first of all, I want to say this. I apologize because I hyped this up, I bigged this up. You asked me a very serious question. I gave what I thought was a very logical and reasonable answer. Uh, apparently, I was wrong, and it wasn't for a lack of trying between either woman, either competitor. I mean, it
They
was
had
really
moments, but it's the
yeah. Like I just knew in my heart of hearts, like with this being an MMA rules match, and I don't know all the politics and everything that went on, to go into this match, what they were and were not allowed to do per se. But
Mhm.
I just really thought, man, like this is gonna feel more like a fight. This didn't feel any different than most of Ronda's other matches. And to me, I feel like if you're gonna go out, right? And
Mhm.
yes, Shayna got the win. That's cool. I get it. Thank you. But I feel like if this is truly Ronda's last match in WWE, and this is against your best friend in this type of match, I feel like, man, maybe just they could have went a little harder. How much of this, man, do you think is just, hey, Rhonda just, hey, she knew she was leaving. It was kind of like, hey, let me go and get this over with because it's already made. Or how much of it is like really maybe this is just the best she's going to get in WWE?
I really there's already it's already been said that there was issue backstage with this
Yeah,
about how it was being presented, how far they could go, um, and I think you could have trusted these two.
yeah,
It's one thing when you try to do it with two people you're not really sure with,
right,
but I think without a shadow of a doubt, we all really trusted these two. We trusted these two
right,
that
right.
they can go in here, and we knew this is a WWE match. We know
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
but they're going to give us a little something, and they're going to be given a little leeway to really just because that video package and the way they set everything
Oh
up, man,
yeah,
it's like you
yeah.
really made this like truly like they really needed to really go at each other. Like there needed not to really be too many rules on this. This needed to be just a fight. Like let these
Right,
two women just go out here and have a fight. You'll let the men go out there and just have a fight. I've seen Brock Lesnar go out there how many times and just destroy people. He did it to Cody, and that was a regular match. So,
yeah.
like, I feel like you could have let these two, and they didn't. And again, you could have said, "Look, don't kill each other, don't brutally beat each other, but you know, do what y'all do.
Right,
Just go. Don't what is it? Don't put the whole foot past the line. Just half the foot. Okay, just put half the foot past the line. You ain't gotta. I know you're gonna tiptoe over it, but just try not to put the whole heel past the line.
right, right,
Okay, all right. Don't go too far. That's my point. But I it lacked that hardness. Even though there were some shots that they threw, and it was like, whoa, okay, yeah, all right, here we go. It's like, all right, now what's the follow up? It's like, shit.
right,
Okay, now that's a nice little follow up, but damn, okay, all right, okay, what? That's it. That's it. What? That's it. What? That's it. All right, so it's like, damn. Yeah, man. I again, much I was really hyped for, but again, because and even though I asked for this, I said, man, they should do some type of MMA style match. And then they did
right.
it. But then after I said it and they did it,
Yeah.
I quickly then thought, damn, was that a good idea? Like, wait a minute. Damn, wait a minute, this is WWE. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What are the rules? How are y'all gonna do this? What's damn? Why did I say that? I manifested some shit and
You did.
damn it, I'm sorry, folks. Um, I should have been more clear on how this how this should have went.
So
And
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you think same concept, but do you think this would have worked better? And it was already a gimmick match, but maybe like in a more of an environmental gimmick match, like maybe a fight pit or steel cage match. Do you think maybe it would this could have came off a little better?
If they did a fight pit, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
Uh, Cause if they did a fight pit, that would have been perfect. Because one, they're not getting out the ring, so
right,
you ain't got to worry about none of that, and they just go, and it's just a fight. You fight, so you could have went 10 minutes. You could have did 10 minutes of stuff, and it could have ended, but it would have been a fight, and it would have looked it credible enough, I believe,
right.
and enough to be satisfied. And Shayna comes out victor. Okay, cool. I won't even. I will say that. I should have said fight pit and not MMA match. I'm sorry. I
No,
feel
man,
like
I forget.
I feel my people.
I forgive you, man. I forgive you. You know, it is what it is. I mean, because like I said, I was hyping it up too. Like I was really, truly, legitimately excited for this match. Speaking of a match I was excited for, man, we got the Intercontinental Champion, that boy Walter Gunter, versus Drew McIntyre, bro. There was a lot of rumors going on when Drew was out that he wasn't happy with his creative direction. And then when he came back, obviously, I'm sure there was some talk maybe somewhere down the line he'd get another push again or a title run again. But the fact remains, Gunther is still the Intercontinental Champion. Where do you see this going for him, man? Realistically, who has a chance to dethrone the IC champion?
Um. Again, it could come down to Riddle, but it won't come down to that until he breaks the Honky Talks uh record. Because right now
Okay,
he's close. He's close to doing it. So
right,
he's that he right now. Right now he's in his bag right now, man. Walter is in
yeah,
his bag right now, man. The dude is, as far as the match was the weakest of the matches between him, Sheamus, and then the triple threat, and then him again. Like I
right,
this was the weakest one. Um, but it was still, they still beat the hell out of each other. Not to say that,
right,
Walter chest wasn't looking like taco meat, and so it was Drew. Uh, that was definitely that definitely happened.
right.
But and he went out, and Walter went out there and looked strong, and so did Drew. But yeah, I definitely see Walter breaking the Honky Talk man record, and then maybe it been Riddle. I mean, he hasn't been Intercontinental Champion. He's been United States Champion. He's been Tag Team Champion, but he hasn't been Intercontinental Champion.
So
Uh,
you think Riddle that guy? You think
I,
he could do what
think
Drew
he can do.
McIntyre couldn't do?
Well, yeah, because he has that style. I mean, yeah, he's not as big, but he can
Right.
he'll still go blow for blow. I mean, look, we seen Ilya Dragunov beat Walter. So hey, like we
Yeah.
ain't seen
Yeah.
that short, wild, kind of crazy, kind of unorthodox kind of style, win over. It can, and I
Right.
think that will help Riddle get past his so much goofy, because like the one thing we've been saying since he came back, he hasn't
Yeah.
been as goofy. Like he's still been kind of Riddle, but
Mhm.
he hasn't been as goofy. He's been
Right.
a
Right.
bit more serious. So I feel like you give him that run with Walter by WrestleMania, because I feel like by WrestleMania, I think Walter will have the record.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Right.
if you build that up to a WrestleMania, because he ain't got to win it right now. He's already had a chance and lost, so you can rebuild him up, and then you had that match, and then boom, Walter, they put on a classic match at WrestleMania, which I believe that them two could really do. So yep, man, let's go. Why not?
All right.
Why not?
All right.
Why not? Shit.
So then let me ask you this, man. Okay, WrestleMania, big
Mhm.
moments. Uh, we had Roman Reigns, we had Jay Uso. It looked like, hey, look, that boy Jay was about to do it, man. He was a hair away. And then the masked figure in all black and the bandana pulled him outside the ring. And it was none other than Jimmy. Last we heard from Jimmy, man, Solo and Roman sent his ass to the hospital. And it's funny, bro, because when I look at all of these clips from the last year or so that people been putting up,
Mhm.
Was Roman Reigns really the manipulator? Or,
He was. He was always the manipulator.
bro,
But
hey,
Jimmy also admitted to not buying into Jay being the right hand man. But then but he decided he didn't go against his brother on it, and he sided with his brother. That was the whole thing about that. But hell yeah, Roman was the manipulator. Hell yeah, he was. Hell yeah, he
but
was.
but it's crazy though, bro, because I don't know what to believe now because they showed the clips and then Jimmy has several times came out and said like he's the better twin. He's the better brother.
Yeah,
He's the head. Like, but you've never heard Jay once come out of his mouth and say any of that. It's always been Roman. It's always been Paul that's been placing Jay up here. Jimmy has always been the one to be like, hey, yo, I'm the top dog. He's always been the one to be like, hey, yo, I'm the better. I can do anything he can do. I can do it better. You know, when Roman questioned him. But Jay ain't never once went against Jimmy. That's the crazy part.
that's because you gotta remember, man. When Jimmy came back, how did Jimmy come back? Hey, I ain't nobody's bitch. Hey, what's up with you, bro? You his right hand bitch. That's what you know what I'm saying. So I saw that then. I
Yeah,
always knew it was gonna be a thing, man. But Jay being solid was the whole point that he was like because he didn't care. Man, he
right,
didn't care. That was his brother, man. He didn't care his brother talk. That was his twin. So what? Okay, he think he better. He better. Okay, well that's what he think. And guess what? I
right.
support it because I think he better too.
Oh,
Arguing. He wasn't arguing with it. That's why Jay never argued with it, man. That was his twin. That was his. That was yeah. That's what I just said. Y'all remember the nobody's bitch Jimmy? Exactly. I already said that. I just said that. Leo, what's good with you?
oh.
But that's like Jay was the loyal brother, man. That was his brother, man. He wasn't going against his brother. Even when he was having his run and his brother came back and wanted to do the tag team thing again. You got to think
Yeah,
about that. That whole let's do the tag team thing again. That wasn't Jay. That was Jimmy. When Jimmy was coming back, Jay was in the midst of almost possibly getting ready to go for an Intercontinental United States title run. So it was
yeah.
like, nah, he brought that back in. So yeah, nah, man.
But hey, but let me ask this: is Jimmy scared though? Is Jimmy feeling some type of way? Is
He's
Jimmy
jealous.
getting that?
He's
Is Jimmy
jealous.
getting that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
okay,
Yes, he is.
okay.
Yes, he is, man.
But let me
Because his
ask you:
brother
does Jimmy have
surpassed
a
him.
reason?
Main
But
event Jay Uso, man. Even
hey,
before all of this, he was even before they formed the bloodline, he was becoming main event Jay Uso then. Like,
but
bro,
let
hell
me
yeah,
ask
he
you this
been jealous.
though. But let me ask you this. Okay, but do you think Jimmy has a legitimate reason to be jealous?
No, you were out injured. What the hell was he supposed to do for a year?
My
You
thought,
were
my
out
thoughts
injured
exactly.
for a year, bruh. You was
Yeah,
out injured for a year. He was just sitting around and catering, getting fat. He wasn't doing
yeah,
shit. He needed to do something. So he was
yeah,
out there having matches, and he was having good matches. They're like, damn, Jay looked good out here by himself. All right,
yeah,
cool. And he started getting some attention. I mean, I saw that coming from a mile away, man. But yeah, I was a bit shocked seeing it was Jimmy because I didn't expect to see him there. So it was like, okay, you caught me off guard with that. But it's
yeah,
like, you gonna cost them. You rather have Roman win it than you because you ain't or because he wants to be the one to do it. Now that can be the thing that I can see um is that he wants to do it, but that right there is the biggest problem. As we got Cody Rhodes standing in the ring getting ready to give one of his speeches. Uh but that's the problem right there, Leo, with this whole storyline, man, is that it's gotten to a point where a lot of people have gotten to it's like, all right, you took it to almost where you could. All right, we got the
yeah,
main event we wanted, but now you've made Jay the enemy. So now it's Roman and Solo versus Jay versus Jimmy. So it's like, damn, is anybody else gonna get a title shot for this? Is anybody else gonna do anything? Like how much longer can this thing really go before
yeah.
it gets stale? Even though Paul says, sometimes the best is yet to come. I'm not sure there is any best anymore.
Well, here's the thing, because we just talked about this a while ago. Apparently, Roman Reigns is not scheduled to appear on any WWE programming for the foreseeable future. So, for the next few months, he's not on anything WWE related, no promotional material, no nothing. So, as of right now, it looks like he's gonna be off TV for a minute. So, I don't know if this. I mean, I don't know if this is their way of trying to preserve the storyline, but it's like, bruh, okay, now what we gonna do with Jimmy and Jay and Solo? You know,
They about to have a triple threat match. It's about to be brother versus brother versus brother. That's what's about to happen. That's what's gonna happen. It's about to happen at Payback, man. That's what's gonna go down.
oh,
It's
oh.
gonna be Jimmy versus Jay versus Solo.
Okay, but I guess my question would be in that because I can see a Solo versus Jimmy or Solo versus Jay or Jay versus Jimmy, whatever. What does a triple threat though? Like, what does that do for
who's the
anybody in that
superior
situation?
brother?
Mm.
Who's the superior brother? That's it. Who's the best brother? Is
You
it
know, it's
Jimmy? Is it Jay? Is Jay truly main event Jay? Is Solo truly the street champion? Is Jimmy truly no one's bitch? Like, who's the better brother? That's what it is, man. That is
Man,
how they,
bro.
and like Leo said, that's exactly how they drag out the story because they only advance it as at most 2 times a month. So right now you're gonna have Jay and Jimmy going back and forth because Jimmy then turned on them, so that's gonna be a thing. And then and we got the pay-per-view coming up in September, which is a couple of weeks. Here comes Seth Rollins coming out for Cody Rhodes. Damn it! They are going there. All right, we're gonna see how
Yeah.
this turns out. But after that, then where do you go? It's like if does Roman come back, or is he gonna still be off TV for a while? And then when he does come back, like what do you do with all these other people, man? Like Sheamus said, man, damn, we would love some of this TV time, and with him
Man,
being grown, they'll get the TV time, but damn, man, there's nothing to fight for. The United States Championship is not. I'm sorry, man. As much as they want to try to make the mid card title, the main show, it's not. That's not what people aspire to be. I mean, you want to win it, but that's not what you aspire to be. You aspire to be the WWE champion. You aspire to be the
yeah.
world champion. Like, bruh, like this is the reason why you needed a second title on Raw. You're Roman's got but he's got this title reign. He's on this restored streak. Yeah, so it is what it is. As we got Mr. Yellow Boots, uh,
Yellow boots.
Seth Rollins standing in the ring in front of Cody Rhodes, wondering what's next because he got to get his get back. He lost 3 in a row.
So I just read something just now. It says Nick Aldis is in town, possibly preparing for a producer role in WWE.
Hey, we'll see. Leo says again, not again. Please, Cody and Rollins.
Yeah. I'm so, like I. It, here's the thing. Cody has already said what his mission was. That's to be the WWE champion, not the World Heavyweight champion. And I'm pretty sure he'll take the World Heavyweight championship. Sure, who wouldn't? But bro, I don't want to see Cody versus Seth if Cody is about to lose again. Because you're not about to tell me he just beat Brock.
He can lose. No, he can lose. He can lose. He can lose to Seth because he needs he owes it to Seth, but there's no problem in losing to the top guy when you're a top guy.
Well, bro, you mean to say he gonna beat Brock Lesnar and then lose to Seth? Somebody he beat 3 times.
You beat
already?
Brock Lesnar, guess what? You get a title shot. Shit, come on, man. That's how the game is played. Like, where else is there? Okay, let me ask you this. Then what else do you do with Cody Rhodes? We had a conversation at work earlier, and I said, well, if it's not Seth Rollins, then you maybe Bronson Reed or somebody like that. You impacting with somebody new, kind of give him that rub of that new next guy that wants to take his spot, something like that. But if it ain't that, it's Seth Rollins. Like, where else are you going? Where do you go after Brock Lesnar? You have nowhere else to go but to the championship.
Yeah. Damn. You making sense, man.
That's the problem.
Hey, give me the 10:30 till we come back on to think.
Man, no problem.
Yeah, hey, because you know what's crazy. You know what's funny.
Now we got Judgment Day coming out.
Now that you say that, that does make sense. Because like, where else? I mean, it's logical.
Where else do you go after Brock Lesnar? Yeah. You just unless he's finna go to SmackDown and try to win the title back from Roman, which if Roman's not going to be on TV, I don't want to see that long storyline again. We already did that. Yeah. I don't need to see Cody do 10 promos about what I don't need to see that again. We already know all that. So you got to give him Seth. but he can lose. But he can lose to Seth because again, it's still early, man. We ain't even got to Survivor Series yet. We ain't even got to the Royal Rumble again. We're not in WrestleMania season yet again, so he still got time.
Man, you know what? You right. You right. You right. Let me see. Hold on. What Leo say?
He says, "Have y'all
Have y'all
noticed
noticed?
episodes
Raw.
have felt the same week after week? Same talent on TV, no rotation. Judgment Day always in the Raw opening segment, same week.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
because right now they're the hottest thing. So yeah, they're definitely
I mean,
in rotation.
They Raw's version of the Bloodline. I mean, and people gonna tune in to see them. You
I
gonna
mean,
tune in to see Rhea.
you
You
can't
gonna
deny
tune
that
in.
Rhea Ripley is over, and you can't deny people love to boo Dom. And
Yeah,
Damian Priest, people love seeing Priest where he's at right now, man. He's one of those people folks want to see him actually win the championship. And Finn Balor's Finn Balor, but
yeah,
as a group, they're dominating. But it's about time because remember they were a joke for a minute. They were a
yeah.
joke for a minute, so now they finally got in their stride. Now they whooping everybody ass. They holding titles. Hey, they doing shit like they've evolved.
And then the cool thing is with the Judgment Day too is again you got four different people, three really that could really go, and then you got Dom who's Dom. So it's like you are constantly in different battles. See, with the bloodline, everything's kind of centered around the bloodline, and other people around it having to come in and out the story. With Judgment Day, especially with them having the female in the group, it's like you could bounce from. You got a lot more to
You
work
got
with. And
yeah,
then Rhea could also intertwine herself as we seen in
and
matches
right,
with the
right.
men, and
With
you
the
don't
with
feel
making
bad
it,
like,
and there go Finn attacking from behind as they jump.
oh,
They're
okay,
jumping Cody
okay,
and
okay.
Seth right now.
You know what? I see how you can do this with Cody and Seth now. Cody can end up taking a loss, and because of Finn Balor can end up screwing his no, Damian Priest can end up screwing his ass.
And here comes Sami Zayn. All right, we about to
Okay,
get a 6-man. Sammy, Cody, and Seth versus Judgment Day.
okay. I ain't mad at it.
That's the
I
main
ain't mad at
event.
it.
I watch it.
I ain't mad at it. I might not go to sleep today.
I mean, after the singles matches, I'm pretty sure they can use some tag.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
they can use some rest from the tag match.
I just want to see them do something with Rhea. Like, god damn, man, like you the world champion now. Come on, baby. We need
They
something
they
from
build
Rhea.
well, they building it up. Oh, he got the big yellow boot. Finn caught the big yellow boot. They doing something with Rhea. It's when Gonzalez right now. They're just playing on the
Yeah,
angle
yeah,
with
yeah.
the
Yeah.
injury right now. They're building up her, and which now because of the injury, I'm pretty sure they're setting that up for payback. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez.
Did you hear about Sonya Deville? She tore her ACL.
Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, yeah, they're doing the tag match. No, I did not hear about it.
Yep. So
I did
she's
not hear
out.
it.
She's out. So I think it's safe to say I think the women's titles are cursed, bro.
Well, man, look, I don't think so, but it's only a curse because of what WWE does to it. If they gave it some love, maybe it would be different. But I get what you're saying, Leo, man. Like, yeah, classic main event setup, opening segment, set up the main event. I mean, that's wrestling 101.
I'll
I
say, come
mean,
on now. You got to start the show to end the show.
I mean, right. I mean, right now you got to see there's a little bit of conflict, right now because we're gonna get Seth versus Cody. That's gonna happen. Now the question will be, does Finn or Damian Priest get added to the match, or does Damian
Yeah.
try to cash in? That'd be the whole thing of that. Um, the first hour is free on Raw. Wow.
Oh, no commercial?
No commercial.
Oh, hey, they're taking the page out of Tony Khan playbook. All right, let's go.
Hey, yeah, Tony ain't did that in a minute.
Hell
Um,
no.
but tribal combat. Oh, they going back to their thing. But yeah, no, man. You're not wrong, Leo, man. There is a trend with it, but the Judgment Day, like people want to see them, and they're at least giving Bronson Reed and Champa and those guys. They're getting some time. They're doing matches, so they're doing stuff with other people.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, we are seeing some of the main people a few more times, but that's what happens when you're building up to SummerSlam. I mean, of course we were going to get Cody because he's fighting Brock. Of course we were going to get Finn versus Seth because they had a title match. Of course we were going to get Damian Priest involved because he's money in the bank. Rhea's Rhea. She's gonna do what she do to help the group. We were gonna see certain people because they were building up for it, but I like to think a lot of times when they do big pay-per-views, they're getting ready to switch things up. And I feel like, there'll be a few things getting switched up right now, and we'll continue to see more different people. We'll see some of the same. I mean, because they're the stars of the show. Those who are bringing in the rate, those who people want to see, it is what it is.
Man, you know what's the star of the show? You, man. You the star of the show.
Big one, man. No, man. White man, you too kind, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What we got going on?
I
see we got Pretty Ricky on the screen.
Uh-oh. So we got Riddle, Chad Gable, Ricochet, and Ciampa in a fatal four-way.
Let's go. There you go, Leo.
Winner face Walter.
Let's go. Leo, you want it different? You got it different. You got 4 people right there. New opportunity. Bam. There you go. There you go. Now you gotta type "oh shucky ducky quack quack."
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I think I think Chad can, man, they let Chad on loose. I think Chad can really give Walter a little bit run of his money, man.
Hell yeah, bro.
I think Chad can really. Hey, thank you. Like, I really think, man, my boy can really give him a run for his money, man. Like seriously, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I'll take Chad. I'll take, bro. Yo, Leo, hit me with the shucky ducky quack quack.
Oh, shucky ducky quack quack. Hell yeah, man. Uh-oh. They going right now? Oh, they finna go right now. Okay. That's the first match. It's commercial free, so they ain't got no time to waste. Let's get to it. They about to go straight to the match. Oh shit. Hold on. I don't know, man. We might have to hang out for a minute. Hold on. No, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it starts. but the rest of this SummerSlam card, man. I mean, just overall, like Seth's match was cool. I will say, I do want to hear what Seth got to say about. I mean, I said Finn. I want to hear what Finn got to say about his debacle of not taking the briefcase to hit Finn Balor, to hit Seth with it when the referee was turned around. And ignoring Priest trying to help him, like he tried to help him twice. Like, dude, he elbowed him, he hit him on the outside. Then he hands you a weapon to hit him with, so you can win. Like, bruh, he's not cashing in on you. Right. He wasn't cashing. He's trying to literally help you win. Like, what more do you want this man to do? Damn, you can't keep bitching at him and you messing up. But
that was that was the thing with me. It's like, bro, like he tried to help you twice.
Twice. So I don't know what much you can say about that or how mad you could be about that. And then of course, man, the Battle Royal, LA Knight picked up the victory, man. That was what it was. It was a Slim Jim gimmick match. It was what it was, man. And then of course the tribal combat. Yeah, man, that was just, I mean, it was an okay match. I'm not gonna lie, it was an okay match. It had a little, a couple of little highlight moments, man. Jay coming back, but I think that the Roman style of wrestling has gotten stale.
Yeah,
like because there's not enough excitement into it. But though there were moments, and Jimmy coming out and costing his brother. I don't know, man. I feel what people are saying. I feel it. Like, I understand why he's doing it, why he's the champion. I understand where they're going with it, but this is why my argument to my brother-in-law, as we had on the live stream, is why I don't see Roman Reigns going all the way to I don't see him going all the way to past WrestleMania. What, right in Philadelphia? I don't see him going past that as champion. Like, man, it's like, who else is there to fight? Like, bro, you at least got to keep somebody interesting and new, and people are not gonna keep wanting to go after the Intercontinental or the United States Championship. They shouldn't have to go to Raw to fight for the world. Like, man, look, this your prize championship. You got to have somebody else. You got to build somebody. You got to have some type of confidence in somebody and do something. But hey, I digress, man. Right now, as we got my boys the power, my boy's power was going in and out with him, man. But the king is still on live with you, man. And right now, as we got Chad Gable coming out, he's giving out to the high fives with the fans. He said, "My man, up, yeah, yep, my man. He'll be on. Franchise will be on in a minute. Just hang tight with the king." Uh, but yeah, man, I SummerSlam just to me felt like it just missed something. Like as far as the quality of what I guess the matches that kind of wanted to feel important. Yeah, they had that, but was the execution in some of those matches up to par to what people wanted or hope? No, but some of them were really pretty good, and I feel like we can. I feel like we can definitely. I feel like we can do better in the next one. Maybe payback will be something a little better. Leo says we're going to sit right here at the end of the Mania 40 with Roman Steel champ. Say I don't see it going past SummerSlam. Man, look, I don't want to repeat this conversation again, Leo. I don't want to go. I do not want to go back and repeat this conversation again. But no, there is no but. I don't want to do that again, Leo. Man, don't make me, Leo. Don't make me. No, man, no, man. Then I had to hear it. I got to hear my brother-in-law's mouth, man, because oh man, come on, man. Don't do that to me, man. Right now, man, it's Chad Gable, Ricochet. We got that boy Riddle. We got that boy Champa, Fatal 4-Way, Intercontinental Championship, #1 contendership. That boy getting the thank yous in his home state of Minnesota. SummerSlam didn't feel like the biggest party of the summer this year. No, and it wasn't. It did not feel like the biggest party. It just felt like it was just like some day party somebody was doing. Like that's all it felt like. But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, man, I gotta text the bro here and see what's going on. Is like because we might Leo because we really didn't plan to be on this long. So for the most part, I believe. Give me 1 second here. Chad Gable. Uh-oh. All right, Riddle and Chad putting on. All right, I'm definitely have to sit down and watch this match. All right, I'm texting the bro there, seeing how things working on his end. But for the most part, as long as everything goes right, we will be back on later tonight to talk about what happened uh, after this match and everything that happened after this match and to the main event. We'll come on for the main event to watch that 6-man. Leo says, man, y'all going to AEW Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. I saw they going in a few months. Yeah, we Dave Chappelle's coming that same weekend, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to yeah, we got decisions to make, Leo. Want to, but man, Dave Chappelle's
He said Dave Chappelle's coming. Oh my God. As right now, I feel like, the gods are messing with me right now. Goodness
Hey man,
gracious.
look, look, I was saying, man, like, we weren't even supposed to be on this long anyway. We were just hanging out, talking, getting some things off our chest. We figured we'd check out a little bit of the show, but yeah, and of course, letting them know, we'll be back on later on. But yeah, man, like Leo said, man, a couple of comments ago, man, SummerSlam didn't feel like the biggest party of the summer this year, and
No, not at all.
you can definitely and you can just definitely tell that, man. I think everyone can critique their own thing and what they disliked about it, but overall, I think we all came to the same consensus of thinking that this definitely did not feel like that.
No, man, not at all, not at all. Oh my God, it's right now, damn, TV, don't you do it?
Leo said if it's internet issues, cut a promo on AT&T.
Hey man, you know what? I can't even say it's the internet, man. It's the power company, man.
It's the weather.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you know, I can't cut a promo on the Lord, so I'm gonna let that one slide. You know. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and mind my business. You know. All right, let's see. I see your lips moving, but I don't hear no voices. Ah, damn. Yep, it's time to cut it because he having issues too. All right, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GLW. This is a fucked up straight, but don't worry, we'll come back to you in a minute. Peace.